Hola, mi gente. Welcome back to another. I know, I'm all over the place. Welcome back to another episode of Combos with the Yayas. Today we're going to be talking about how to start your own business and the 4 reasons why you should or you shouldn't start your business. Welcome, everyone. Again, we are trying this new way of doing things, so bear with us. I keep forgetting I'm looking over here, but it's this camera that I'm supposed to be talking about. No, it's that one. How's everybody? Hi, happy Wednesday. I forgot to make myself coffee before we started the live. How's everybody doing? Hola, 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 bienvenidos. Hoy vamos a estar hablando de cómo empezar tu pequeño negocio. No me gusta llamarlo pequeño negocio porque en realidad no deberías de pensar como que es un pequeño negocio. Pero this is going to be a quite interesting topic, if I do say so myself. And we're actually going to be talking about the why, the what, the how, and the when to start your business. If you are new, if you have not started your business, maybe will be something that can help you figure shit out. And if you already have a business and you kind of feel stuck at the moment, then this is for you too. Who knows? Maybe what we got to say, what we got to share, helps you figure it out as well.
And if you have questions, absolutely bring them on. That's the purpose of this live, to actually ask a bunch of questions about maybe our experience. Our experience is not the same as everybody else's experience though, but if you have doubts how to start, that's the topic of this particular live.
Who's excited for today's live? Actually, let me see. I want to know who here has a business or is looking to start a business. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. But we're gonna start off with the first reason as to why you should start your small business. We're not professionals here.
Yeah.
We are not professionals.
We haven't started like 20 business and all of that stuff, but
this is our first.
But we did a little bit of research for this, okay?
This is our first ever business. We have been doing it for the last, if you count from start to finish, from the last 2 years. But we have really learned a lot, and we have grown a lot from the past year. So this is just what we think could be helpful for you guys, because I truly wish that somebody would have guided me when I first started, because honestly I was just following what everybody else was doing and how they were running their business. And as one thing that I do truly strive to preach is that we're all different. We grow at different pace, we learn differently, and the way that I run my business will not be the same as the way that you run your business. So this is more about more general topic of things that we learn along the way. And please, if you come across, if we're saying something and it resonates with you, or you have a similar experience, or you had a whole totally different experience, then please share it, because it's gonna help so many people who are watching at this moment. It can be very helpful for those that feel very lost with what they're doing. Sorry, we moved back home, so my dog is gonna be stealing our thunder for a little bit. The first topic, I feel that for me it resonates the most, just because for me it was very important to know my why I wanted to start a small business. And like Mr. Yaya said, the three reasons why I wanted to start at the beginning was, one, I wanted to have time freedom. Like, I wanted to have my own schedule. I wanted to do my things on my own terms. I didn't want to have to be stuck in an 8 to 5, and I just wanted to be my boss, because I was just tired of having a boss.
Wrong why.
Well, stop
wrong
slamming
why.
stuff.
That's the wrong why. you want to
I
start a
know,
business?
but let me tell them.
Okay, keep
The
going.
second one was because I saw how successful everyone was financially. Oh, financially. So I thought, okay, we are tight on money. Maybe this is a good start. And then the third one, I just needed something that will help me kill time for my mental health. So that's kind of how it started, right? It started as a little hobby, hint the hobby on the Yaya's Hobby Shop. And then when I saw that it was something that I could potentially make an income out of, I knew that that was my little loophole in like my life to get that ball rolling.
Bottom line, the why is super important. Again, if it's because you think you are gonna be your own boss and you're gonna wake up at whatever hour you want and you're gonna decide, make decisions, that is the wrong why. You need to have a purpose as well, on the sense that what is it? It doesn't matter what your business is gonna do. I mean, we here most of us are
Most of
crafters,
us are crafters.
but you can be on the cleaning toilet business. It doesn't matter. As long as you do a cleaning toilet better than the other guy, you're on the right path. But you need to have a why is it that you're doing what you do.
And one of the reasons why it's so important that you find your why and you stick to your why is because as you continue to grow in your small business journey, it will be, if you do not have a why, the first moment that you see a hurdle in your journey, a rock in between your path, and you fall, you're gonna be like, why am I wasting my time doing this? I don't want to do this no more. And you are going to quit. And unfortunately, about 80% of the entrepreneurs that start a business, they quit in less than a year, in less than 3 years.
Yeah.
So in
The
order
first-
for you to have a successful business, you gotta wait a typical period of 3 to 5 years
Yes.
to be considered successful. Because
Yep.
honestly, to me personally, success is a state of mind, you know?
Correct. Absolutely. So you think about your whys, and actually is really that is closely related to your mission.
Mhm.
Our mission here is to bring everybody on our community affordable supplies, because at the beginning we were struggling. It's like, how the hell I invested $20-$30 to make this cup, between rhinestones and glue and epoxy and all of this. It was a very expensive, so I had to sell it for $50, and it's like, well, even then the margin is so small.
Yeah,
So-
because your cost in materials is high. Therefore, in order for you to be able to make a profit, I'm talking not a profit, because we gotta take away what we invested, right? So in order for you to make a profit, you would have to charge 2 or 3 times what the cost of materials is. So when I went into the whole journey of making tumblers, it was hard. It was difficult to sell a tumbler. People would complain about a $40 tumbler when there were other crafters selling it for $50-$60. So for me, as someone that has just started, I truly wanted to do something to make that shift, to make that difference, to be able to found someone that needed the help. And I told that to Mr. Yaya. I said, hey, like, this is my thing. Like, nowadays everybody's giving up because the profit that they're making, it doesn't justify their cost in the products, in the materials. So I told them, this is something that, it's in my heart. I want to help everyone any way I can. And and lucky for me, he really understood my mission and my purpose and what I wanted to do. And here we are. So that's why I said that finding your why is very important. And a lot of it has to do with like finding the thing that you truly love doing.
Yes, absolutely.
Nowadays, it's like I've said it before, we tend to follow everybody else's lead instead of leading our own business. So when you see that something is someone is being successful in something, you automatically are like, oh, well, if she's being successful selling Mary Kay, I want to sell Mary Kay. You know, like my grandma, ¿no? Vendiendo el topper en todo. El Tupperware. Like, everybody was doing Avon. Everybody was doing Tupperware because everybody is looking for that success. But if you are not very passionate about what you are selling and what you are doing with your business, it's gonna transmit and it's gonna show in everything you do. The way that you sell a product, the way that you communicate with your customers, the way that you communicate with your supporters, it's truly gonna show that you're just doing it because everybody else is doing it and you wanna make money out of it.
Yeah, and that in my opinion is uh, the wrong idea, because yes, we all have to live and we all have to pay bills, but the right idea is that you do something that you love, so it's not considered a job, and money will follow. If you are decent, you don't have to be the best.
If your heart's on the right place, that's how the way
Correct.
I see it. If your heart's on
No, not
I
eating.
need a chocolate. Hold on.
Software upgrade. No software upgrade.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Cancel.
I need a new snack.
Why is it? Okay. Anyway, so on our case, it was bringing affordable crafting supplies. That is our motivation. That we focus everything on our business on that sentence, and that gives purpose to what we do, and that helps on the decision making. You know, when we are, sometimes Jaja is really good to coming up with great ideas. Sounds amazing, and all of a sudden we start looking into budgets and prices of things, and it's like, how are you gonna sell that? It is not what we strive for. That's not what our goals are. And some of those ideas have to be put on the side, maybe for the future. But it's easy to make those decisions once you have a why. So that's the first thing that you need to think if you're gonna start your business, is why am I doing this? Okay, so that's the first. If it's the wrong reason, if it's because you're broke, then don't do it. Don't start. Okay, go get a job, and then when you have a full-time job, then little by little start your business. Okay. Con esto vamos a pasar al punto número 2. With this, let's go to point number 2, which is, all of these are questions. There are 4 main questions, okay? The second question is, what? What to do? Again, a little story here, so put in context. It's like, I work...
5 minutes, right?
I work...
Not even 5, 2 minutes. Go ahead.
I work on trash management for 9 years, and it's not like when I was a little kid I said, oh yes, I want to work on trash, yay! But life put me there. And I will say, if I wanted to start my business, not Jaja's business, right? My business, it will be related to trash.
You guys heard it here. He said my business. So whenever he wants to boss me around, remind him of this little moment. Okay, continue.
I'm still your boss. Anyway. So if I had to do it, I mean, it's not like out of the blue I'm gonna say I'm gonna go start doing tumblers, right? We are in that business now. This is my baby as well as hers. But if I had it to start, it will be something related to trash management, because that's what I did for 9 years, and I will say I got good at it. So going through life, you go through a lot of experience. Maybe you start working for a lawyer. Maybe you start working as a bartender. Who knows? There's all sort of jobs.
Yeah, I used to be a property manager.
Yes, right? So, just find what are you gonna do your business about. And it needs to be something that you are good at it, I would recommend something that you are good at it, but at the same time that you love it, that you like doing it. So it's not a job. It's something that you would do, even, let's put in another perspective. You would do it for free. Let's say you want to start welding and you know nothing about welding. So in another perspective will be go get a job on a welding supply or on a shop where they're doing fabrication and learn. So you can learn that and say, okay, now that I know all of this is the part that I don't like about my boss, and this and that, but this is what I can add to it and change. So that is the what. Finding something that you love to do. That's why I say, well, no, if Alejandra and I ever split, I say, like, if you ever want to come back after we split, go and look for me on the mountains. I'm gonna become a ranger because I love doing off-road and I love being on the forest, and so go look for me in all those national parks because I will do that job for free. I love that part. Aunque pongas cara de fuchi.
I also think that in order for you to find that what, there's also gotta be some sort of like need.
Of course.
Because what we do, okay, let's be honest, what we do here, like selling tumblers, it's a luxury. It's not a necessity. But I love what I do. So it doesn't really matter whether I'm able to make an income.
Like Jasmine, 1 minute, so you're done.
Whether I'm gonna make an income or not out of it, because I love doing it, right?
¿Cómo la puedo observar? ¿La puedo ver?
So, it's very important that if you wanna do tumblers, or if you wanna do trash management, or if you wanna be a ranger, or whatever you wanna be, you find ways to innovate it, because you need to find what best suits you and your business, right? If you just make what everybody else is making, it will be very difficult for you to sell that item.
It's like going to medical school, because doctors make good money, but you don't like blood.
But you don't like blood.
It's like you're just doing it because of the money, then you're not gonna be successful.
You made me forget what I was trying to go with my point.
That's not my problem. That's your squirrel's problem. So let's go to point number 3. Point number 3.
What if I have something else to add?
You're done. Your minute is done. Okay, you're done. Ya, se acabó tiempo. Córtale, mi chavo. So let's go to number 3, who is how. How do you start? That is probably one of the biggest questions. We get that question a lot. How do I start this? And it's always excuses. Oh, I don't have that camera. I don't have that inventory.
I don't have a nice cute setup like every
Correct.
crafter has, and I don't want to be going on a live and all my mess in the back, because I work out of my living room. I work out of my dining area, And when I was in the hallway, that did not stop me from continuing to do what I love doing. And we have friends that they're like, oh, well, I want to start a business like this, but I need to get myself a computer. I need to get myself a brand new $3,000 camera. Shit, I even bought myself an iPad, like a very expensive iPad, because I told Mr. Yaya that in order for me to be able to edit my videos and do all this stuff that I wanted to do for YouTube, that I needed an iPad. Okay, like I only use my iPad to watch Netflix.
Yes, sadly.
That's the only thing I use it for. Or when I'm going live, that's how I read my comments, because it's bigger. So it's very important that when you start, you are resourceful.
Yes.
And you use what you have. One of the biggest mistakes that we do, especially of us crafters, is thinking that we need the same color glitter 10 times. We don't. When I go on live and people ask me, hey, I want to start blinging, what do you recommend that you do? I always tell them, budget yourself. Just get what you need because first of all, you don't know if you're gonna like doing that technique. You don't know if that's something that you are going to continue to do. So why would you want to invest thousands of dollars in so many different things? Listen, I get it. I was like that too. When I first started, I got a Cricut. I got a really nice computer. I got a heat press. I got everything that I thought I wanted to do, right? And I spent so much money in all of the stuff. Unnecessary stuff. And when we started our rhinestone journey, we only started it with $45.
30.
Oh, 30?
Yes.
I don't even remember.
It was
30,
it was
45.
$30, and that's the other part of the how. Okay, there's ways to do it, even with not even your own money. One way to do it is with credit card, because if you buy $30 on a credit card, it's not your money, it's lend, right? It's borrow money, and you go and buy something, and you know that in the next less than 30 days, let's say 1 week, you're able to turn those 30 into 60. Then now you can pay it off, and then you have the 30. But you can still use the credit card and grab 60, right, out of that credit card, plus the 30 that you have. Now you have 90. You use it, you turn those 90 into
and it just creates like a snowball effect.
A snowball effect, correct. As long as you pay your credit card within the 30 days, you're not even gonna pay interest at all. Actually, the credit card is gonna pay you with cash back.
Depending on which one they have.
Well, in general, I'm talking general stuff. You know, we're not gonna go this specific is better than that. In general, most credit cards will pay you back for using their credit card, as long as you pay it within the 30 days, right? So you don't get charged anything. So that's using someone else's money to make money, and that's what we did. That's exactly what we did, but cautious. You know, you don't start with $5,000 expecting that you're gonna sell, you know, $10,000 on stuff.
And that's the biggest mistake that you can do. Why? Because you invest thousands and thousands of dollars into what you think is going to sell the most, and it doesn't do as well as you thought it would be, and you're left with all this inventory, and you're like, why I don't want to do this no more. Like I spend $5,000 between tumblers and machines and this and that. My stuff is not even selling, and that really
will bring you down.
brings you down and leaves you really unmotivated to do what you love to do. So it's very important that you budget yourself. Like even now, I still continue to budget. I just buy what I have and what I need. Of course, we want to support other small businesses. Whenever there's an opportunity, we want to be like, hey, you made this cup. I do it all the time. Like I made it a habit of every month I like to support at least 2 to 3 small businesses, because that's the way that I feel like I'm giving back. But I still budget myself and my earnings or my profit based on on that. You know, like if I only made a certain amount of money for that month, then I know for next month I can only buy 100%, and then at that point I'll decide, okay, I'm gonna do this with this money, and I'm gonna do like, we are very big. Well, he's very big. I just tell him how much I have left.
Thank you. I know. I'm sorry.
He's very big.
I'll be gentle. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. No,
You're
nothing,
so
nothing.
stupid.
Nothing.
We're not even talking about that. You take it to the whole new level.
Okay, keep going.
See, I hear a squirrel.
Squirrel.
But what I'm trying to say is that when I first started, I wanted everything and anything, and it don't matter if it was the same color of glitter. Like I feel there's this new word that I learned.
Okay.
It's called mofo.
Not mofo.
FOMO.
Oh God, goodness.
FOMO. And
Fear.
it's the fear of missing out, and unfortunately, it still happens. Not just to me, to everyone. Whether you have a small business or you don't have a small business, we our society or social media, whatever you want to call it, are training our brain into wanting what everybody else has. So that is why I had a press. That's why I told myself I was gonna do t-shirts and all this. I mean, I'm doing it now. 2 years later, I'm barely using my heat press. FYI.
Yes.
Um, oh, like I wanna buy. I can buy the tumbler for $5 at Stainless Depot, but I want the tumbler that everybody uses for like $10 or $12. You know, because everybody's using that brand. That's why I wanna use the same brand. And you can get the same result with more affordable products.
Yeah.
What it sells is the brand that you make for yourself.
And there's a few hows. How you do it, there's a few hows. If you want to start a business of, this is really related to
That's what she said.
I know, I saw that. I saw the comments. We're gonna have maybe 5 minutes at the end for reading comments and answering questions. But if you wanna learn Photoshop because you wanna be a better crafter, then you can go and work for somebody that will train you and pay you, if that makes sense, right? So that's another how. How you do it, there's many hows. There's another, you can exchange your work for supplies sometimes. We have one person that likes to do that, where we exchange one supply for other supplies, and that's a way. So there's many ways, or many how are you gonna do your business and start your business. Just be patient. It takes time. Nobody just immediately goes to 1 million followers. That's the lie.
I mean, you gotta be very. It's not. I'm not. I mean, there's people that are lucky that way, that they go viral very quick. But you need to be very, very honest, because we all seek that kind of success, especially on social media, right? We all want to go viral and make things happen and this and this and that. But that is why it's so important that we find that we are okay and we are grateful for the stage that we're in, because I feel that if I would have had the success that I have now when I first started, it would have not worked out how it worked out today, presently. Because I know that if you were to go viral, can you handle 100 orders, 1,000 orders?
Yep.
Can how fast are you gonna be able to fulfill those orders? So having that patience is the key for it.
Yes.
Because if you do not allow the things to work at the pace that they need to be worked,
again,
you are going to feel burned out, because you are going to be excessively doing things to make it happen. You are going to be very disappointed because it's never going to happen the way that you want it to happen. And again, it's going to show through your business. Just like if we're feeling sad or angry, I mean, we take it out on everybody else, right? So it's the same way, like your small business, that's your baby. And how you feel, how your mood is during that moment, or during that season, or during that stage of your journey, will be reflected on the decisions that you make for your business. What you release out in the internet as well. Patience is key. It's key.
And I will say it one more time. I'm pretty sure I said it last time on Combos with the Yayas. On business, and I will say in general, feelings are your enemy. Okay? And I didn't mean it in the wrong way. Don't get me twisted. It's good that you have feelings, right? That's what makes you human. But if you make a decision based on a feeling, I mean, if you're super happy and excited, most probably you're gonna go and spend money that you shouldn't. if you are mad, you're gonna say or do something that you shouldn't say or do. So always keep calm and use your brain. Don't use your heart to make decisions, not on a business. And I will not say never, but
I don't fully agree with that.
well, you can disagree. That's why we have different point of view.
I don't really agree to that because I lead my business with my heart, and most of the decisions that I make are in my heart. Because if I would base my decisions based on business, I would probably have more money than I have now.
Exactly.
You know?
If I was not around, and I let you deal with only feelings, you will probably not be here.
No, because you have to like humanize your business too. Like you cannot just think business, 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 business. That's why we work so well because we are like balancing each other out in that aspect. Because for me, it's more. It's like Jasmine would always say, like I don't sell anything because I always end up giving stuff away. That's kind of what I do too.
Exactly.
Right? But I feel that if you take away the heart, then your business will become just like everybody else. It's gonna become Amazon. It's gonna become Target. It's gonna become Subway. It's you gotta have
Absolutely.
heart and
But
emotion.
let me just one big sentence on this how and the part of the feeling. If you're like that, luckily we're a good combination. But if you are like that, find somebody that is not. Find somebody that will hold you back and say, hey, wait a minute, look at this, look at the numbers, look at this. What do you want, this or that? You want the Cricut or you want the laser? If it's the laser, we have to make payment. You need to find somebody, and that not only applies on the finance part of it or the business side of it, but in general, because the greatest people that existed on the world are exactly like that. Elon Musk is not building cars himself. He has a team. He has somebody that are
I've always
engineers.
said you need a village.
Steve Jobs didn't make not even the first computer himself. It was Steve Wozniak, which he was the engineer, but he couldn't sell a candy to a kid, right? So you need to find the right person to partner with or the right team all the time. So if Jaja wants to run a business with the heart, she will be really disappointed really soon.
Well, no, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's gotta be balance
Correct.
in it.
Yes.
Because I feel that if you would have run Yaya's hobby shop the way that you think,
I wouldn't sell nothing. I wouldn't be selling.
You wouldn't,
it.
because you
You're
would be
correct.
just like every other big.
Yes. That's why we have the board. We have a board on TikTok, right? So they help us make decisions. So with that, let's go to point number 4. When to start? You know, after you answer all those 3 first questions, the why, the what, and the how, you need to know when to start. And you need to start
Now.
Yes. That's I would
There
say.
is no. If you spend all your time thinking about, oh, well, it's not
When
the right
I'm ready.
time. Listen,
When-
I have a full-time job and I get home and I'm tired and it's because, I don't have the space for it. Like, just kind of what we were talking about before with the resources. If you wait for life to happen, you're not living, you're just existing. Like, you're not.
Surviving. Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
Something like that.
I'm trying to translate it here. Pero bueno, no hay, it's not, there's no rule. There's no age limit to, oh, you know what? I'm 60 years old and I raised a family and I really wanted to have my own business. But you know what? I'm already old and I'm already tired and
You're gonna get banned.
Why?
Banned because you're telling 60-year-old people that you're old.
No, what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say. I'm just messing with you.
Is that the biggest mistake that we can do is wait for it to happen.
Yep.
Sometimes you need to take control of that precise moment.
Yes.
Sometimes you have everything that you need to get started, but the fear of what if can hold you down.
So let's start. if you already answered the other ones correctly, start right away. Don't wait. If you need to start with your phone and you need to start with a pencil and making drawings and cutting with scissors and doing, start right away. And as soon as you hit a wall, a limitation, if the phone is a limitation, then you start thinking how to upgrade that phone. If the scissors are too, it's sloppy, start looking how to upgrade that. What is preventing you from growing? Don't wait to have everything. Just start, and then when you hit a limitation, then you start thinking of just about how to improve that limitation. And you will see it everywhere. You will see a lot of crafters. They will start with a little Cricut, the little one, and then they need a bigger one, and then they go buy another, and then they need two, and then Cricut is just for residential. This is not a commercial cutter, and they go for a big printer cutter, and what is called the forgot of the brand, 16.
The Roland.
Yeah, Roland. No, $16,000 printer cutter. Everything folds and wash and cooks meals and everything for you, right? So you don't need that big machine at the beginning. So just start. And as soon as you hit a bump, just work on that one. Work on that little problem.
Also gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because owning a small business, it will really challenge you in so many different ways, and it's gonna take you out of your comfort zone, and it's gonna throw curveballs at you. So you need to be ready. You gotta be like,
yeah,
ready to.
So with that, let's go for 5 minutes to the question. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, your suggestions as well, for either for future episodes or whatever you wanna. We have a couple minutes here before I have to go and pick up my kids, and so we are all ears.
We have to enjoy the process, and fall is part of it.
Fail.
Oh, fail.
You need your glasses.
Then we have Swan saying, so you guys were able to both live off of your business.
As of now, for the past, I would say 4
Since
months.
August.
Oh yes. Well, August, 4 months. 4 months. Yes, we are. I did quit my job back in July, and we're living out of this. It's not pretty. It's not like, oh, it's all beautiful and we're making more money, and that's why we are back in our dining room.
You have to make some sacrifices.
Correct.
And sometimes people are not willing to make those kind of sacrifices because, again, it takes a lot of faith. You gotta trust that there's purpose in what it is that you're doing, and I'm not embarrassed or ashamed to say, hey, we moved back to the house and we need to rent out the garage because we cannot pay mortgage for the next month. Things like that are gonna happen, but you need to be ready to hustle and remain committed to the vision that God put on you. I think that when you have this feeling, you have this idea of, I want to make this and I want to do this, it's there for a reason. It just didn't happen because out of nowhere. There has to be purpose in what it is that you're feeling at the moment. So it's just a matter of whether you are going to make sacrifices. If those sacrifices are, you're going to downsize, you're going to just eat bean burritos for the rest of the month, you are going to have to sell your car and your TV, you are going to have to go to work 10 hours, 12 hours with a commute, and then come back and spend the next 5-6 hours working. You gotta make some changes with your routine.
Yeah, when I was working
life.
full time, that's exactly. I will wake up early, 6 in the morning. I'll be in the garage, fulfilling orders. Then I'll leave by 7:20, so I can get work, and then I'll get back by 7 because traffic in California is beautiful. And I will work all the way to 9 or 10, and to the point where that was not enough. That's why I had to quit. But
that's why when we came to that point, to that stage where we're like, hey, I cannot do it on my own. I have to do marketing and this and that and this and that, and we knew that we wanted to do same and next day shipping. We have our business plan that we want to accomplish, right? And I told them, I said, there's no way, like you're tired all the time. There's no way that we are going to be able to continue with that growth if it's just me. So at that point, we had to like have really honest conversations with ourselves, with how it was that gonna affect our relationship, how was that gonna affect our household, how is that gonna affect the bills and this and this and that, and we trusted that there's
Yes.
a reason why.
Yes. So
Vega says your heart fuels that passion. Yes, it does. I believe
Yes.
that. It's the
Says-
best to do pop-up shop.
that's a part of it. Yes. If you find the right one, yes, it's a good idea to do pop-ups. You can show your product. You can interact with other vendors.
It's the best way for you to network. You just have to be very careful, because our biggest mistake when doing them was spending more money in the event than actually.
Yeah, it happened to
selling.
us. You know, we pay for the little spot, and then we have to have breakfast and eat there, and we end up spending more money than one we sell. But
But
you know,
that
not
is
all the
but
time,
that is
you know,
the best way that you can do a little bit of marketing for your business. You will get the exposure that you need. You are actually gonna be able to interact with customers. And then that they can give you feedback as far as your products. And so I truly recommend that if you are just starting and you are stuck and you're not really selling, schedule at least one pop-up, one market event a
Yep.
month, and then that will give you a sense or a feeling of where you have to take your business.
So Crafty Dispatch Girl says, "What is the best and most economical platform to sell on?" Ahí son
Is that even a question, amiga?
Exactly.
If you've been following me along for a long time, which you've had,
Yes.
Square Up.
Square.
Square Up, you can start your website for free, and it's more than just an e-commerce website. If you do not have the sales to pay for that, having a free website really helps. The problem with having your own website is that you have to do most of the marketing yourself.
Yeah, you need to
The
do
marketing
the
and the
social media.
advertising.
Yes.
If you were to go to the Etsy route, fees are ridiculous, but they do most of the advertising for you, and that's why a lot of people would rather just have the exposure and in that platform and not make any profit, and then have everyone, like, once they start to make sales or whatnot and they see that they're getting more following or whatnot, they'll go and jump into having your own website. I personally would like to keep the profit, because if you're struggling as it is, having Etsy take all your fees.
Yeah,
Doesn't make sense.
and Square also takes fees. You know, it's a
Yeah.
2%, 3%. They also fees, but the fact that you have a website and people are able to pay with a credit card, that puts you in another.
It builds a
level.
lot of trust with your
Yes.
clients, because now everybody's getting hacked on social media and stuff like that. So definitely having your website, not only is it gonna be a platform where your customers can reach you without you having to answer DMs, but it's also, you're gonna be able to give your customer information, have your own portfolio there so they can see your work. They can actually purchase straight, and then another win is that they have, I know, babe,
Okay.
that they have afterpay and all of that. So not everybody can afford the luxury of buying a tumbler or buying a product. So allowing your customer to make payments can be the thing that draws them to your shop.
How do you get started selling glitter and rhinestone?
Research.
Just like this. Asking questions. Ask questions. Find the right people. Not everybody's willing to help. Ask questions and do your own research.
A lot of
You know,
research.
don't get confused with people they might don't want to help you, because they also have to protect their stuff. So, but as much as we can, we will help you with that, and any other vendor in this community most probably will. They will not walk for you. They will show you the door. Okay. Just to clarify, it will be
They'll
rare.
show you the door. You're gonna have to learn how to open it and walk right through it.
Yes, absolutely. So that's just a clarification there.
Your
Because it's like the secret formula. It's the secret formula for your sandwich. You don't just give that away, but I can show you, how.
The ropes.
Yes, exactly. What to do.
Why are you doing a wake, girl? What are we doing?
Nothing. Just
It's
chilling.
barely 5 over here. I mean, what you talking about? Did you establish an LLC in California? If so, what was the process? I do not have an LLC. I have a DBA and a business license.
And there's a reason
And
for
a
that
seller's
as well.
permit. Yeah. My recommendation is if you are just very starting, get yourself a fictitious name and get yourself a seller's permit. Fictitious name, seller's permit, and business license. I spent about seller's permit is free in California. I'm not sure about other states. My business license was only $66, and my fictitious name was about $55. I did have to advertise my business on the newspaper to make sure that nobody else had it, so that was an extra cost of like 100 and something. It's not very expensive, but at least you are able to establish your business that way. An LLC, I personally do not recommend that you go all in on the LLC just because you still are very new with your business and you don't really know if that's something that you want to continue to do for the long run. LLC has FICA fees, and those are fees that whether you make a profit or a loss, you still have to pay. So if your business is not bringing in the profit, it doesn't make sense that you would have to pay for something like that. An LLC is more like for bigger companies where it just it's going to protect your 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 stuff, you know. And so I personally do not recommend getting one. But ultimately, you gotta do what's best for your business. If you think that you just want to go all in and then you're sure and 100% there, then go for it. I've made more sales on Square than Etsy. Still haven't made a single sale there. See, I went all in on my website from the beginning. I did not do anything other than my website. And before my website, I just sold like word of mouth. But honestly, it's not even a matter of I think I only had like 500 followers when I did my website, but I kept hustling, I kept marketing, and I kept advertising, and I kept like showing up for my business, and look at us now. It's just a more personal opinion on whether that's something that is going to work for you in your business as well. Like I said, if you don't have the time, or you just don't want to put in the work of advertising and marketing your business and doing all of that, then maybe Etsy could be the best route because they will handle all of that for you. I have a Square account. I have someone helping me set it up now. That's awesome. And if you guys need help with that, I do offer coaching, and I also have web design services for Square. I absolutely love it. I 100% recommend it. If you do markets, it's going to be very beneficial for you to have an e-commerce website. I know that Shopify offers it as well, but I tried Shopify and it was not like dummy proof. Like I couldn't understand it. I couldn't get a hang of it. There was so much going on, and when I did the free trial for 14 days. I couldn't figure it out in 14 days, and I had to pay, and Square was just overall the best decision that I've made for my business. Yes, I started with both, but then when I stopped with, for me it's been my website, and social media has brought me more sales. Yeah, you just gotta put in the work, and unfortunately nowadays everybody has social media, so do not be afraid to post and post and post and post and post and market and advertise and market and advertise. But when you're doing that, make sure that you're also humanizing your business, and you're also showing your customers that there's someone behind that business, that you're a person too. You also have a life. And remember, branding your business is so important, because I could be selling rhinestones, you can be selling rhinestones, but if your people, if your supporters, if whoever is watching you on TikTok or Instagram, they cannot connect with you and they don't get to know you the way that if you don't let them in, pretty much, they are most likely going to buy from someone that they know, that they trust, and that they like 100% support. You know, it doesn't matter the price. It doesn't matter unless they get from Etsy. Everybody from Etsy kind of goes with whatever is more affordable and price wise and reviews and all of that. But for the most part, if you are selling your products on Instagram or on TikTok or whatnot, it's very important that you build trust with your future customers. There's nothing wrong to let people in, you guys. I really hope this episode really helped you guys. I hope that it gave you a little bit of an insight if you are starting your small business or if you are already a small business and you don't know where to go. Hopefully this gave you a little bit of an insight. It's not easy. Just FYI, starting your small business is not easy. It's never easy. Just keep at it. Keep pushing through. Trust God with everything that you have. And if you fail, it's okay. You learn from that and you get up, you fix your crown, and you keep going. Anyways, I'm gonna go because my kids are here. Hopefully that helped. And then if you have more questions, please. My email, I'm not even gonna send my DMs because I'm horrible with checking my DMs and I'm always take so long to do so because again they're always oversaturated. But if you ever need help, if you ever need assistance, if you ever need guidance, feel free to email me. I'm only an email away, you guys. Thank you so much for being present. Thank you so much for blessing me with your time. I hope this episode really helped you guys and gave you a little bit of guidance. Stay tuned for next week. Don't forget that Friday is Amigas Teaching Amigas. So if you're also starting your small business but you do not know how to do tumblers, that will be the series for you because on Amigas Teaching Amigas, I actually show you how to make tumblers. See you guys on Friday for Amigas Teaching Amigas at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys have a blessed night. See you in the next episode of Combos with the Yayas. And
Bye.
Bye. Bye.